Technology should work for the benefit of the people, the community, but that is not how it always works. Let us start this story with one that does. Gbiota is the technology of growing plants that feed our gut brain. Why is this important? My first job as an engineer was working for a company that made control systems for power stations. Power stations are massive pieces of engineering, but without a control system, they are totally useless. Our gut brain is the control system for our bodies. There are no absolute truths in this world, and genetics do play a part. But if you have a gut brain that is working, as it should, the odds are that you'll live a long life, fit and healthy, and active to the very end. But if you have a gut brain that is not working properly, the odds are that you'll have a leg chopped off from diabetes and die slowly and young from liver or kidney failures, or quickly from a heart attack. Or worst of all, suffer dementia and just be a living shell of your former self. So feeding your gut brain is pretty important. Even better, it only costs a few dollars a week using waste food that would otherwise be making greenhouse gases. 10% of greenhouse gases come from waste food. And even better, it is so simple that virtually anyone can do it. Pretty clear that this is a technology which is working for the people, the community. But why do we need to grow gut food? Let's face it, we have been on this earth for some 200,000 years. For most of that time, we did not even know we had a gut brain. Yet we seem to manage pretty well to become the dominant creature on earth. Little bad and big bad. But now comes the bad news. There's a little bad and a big bad. To understand the little bad, we have to talk about food. When nutritionists talk about food, they talk about protein, sugars, fats, etc. Energy food. I want to talk about food in a different way. We have energy food, which is like the fuel in our car, which just provides the power. That food is very simple. As long as it contains carbon and hydrogen, it provides us with power. Replacement food. Then we have food which replaces our body parts as they wear and age. In our car, we have to take it to mechanics to replace all the bits that wear out. But our body is much smarter. It automatically replaces our body parts without us even thinking about it. Replacement food is much more complicated. We need a whole bunch of minerals and chemicals. Some of these are made by us in our gut, while others are made in plants as phytonutrients. Plants can't run away, so have become the master of chemicals. Others, like B12, come from fungi. Gut-brain food for our control system. Then we have the control system. Even if we develop self-driving cars, we still need a human to tell the car where to go. In our bodies, this comes from trillions of cells in our guts, which communicate with each other to form a supercomputer, which does many things. But one very important job is to monitor the energy and nutrients we have in our bodies and make us feel hungry, but not simply hungry, but to crave that particular food that we are short of. It has learned over the years where we get that food. Talk about artificial intelligence. Our guts are the masters of artificial intelligence, learning what is good or bad for us. And they have been doing it for many thousands of years. Pretty smart, huh? Now let's talk about the little bad and the big bad things. That all comes down to how we manage the technology. My life in innovation. This is where I have to declare my interest. My life work has been in developing innovative technology. I am not some Luddite who thinks we can halt progress and go back to some mythical golden era that never existed. I believe in the benefits of technology. We could not support the 8 billion people on the earth without technology. I was a pioneer of computer-aided engineering. I formed a company, Moldflow, which grew to become the leading exporter of technical software from Australia, a multinational company selling its technology to the world, and was eventually sold for $500 million. I was recognised as one of the country's leading innovators for my pioneering technology by the Institute of Engineers. I believe in the benefits of technology, but it must work for the benefits of the people, the community, and that is not always the way it works. Soil and water. That is why I sold my company way before it reached its prime. Instead of using my technical skills to make plastic parts faster and cheaper, I wanted to work on what I thought was the biggest threats humanity was facing: how we manage soil and water. The little wrong I want to talk about is how technology is managed. The people versus neo-monopolists. Sometimes it really works for the benefit of the people, but that is not always the case. It can be used to create neo-monopolists, which make a few people who run the multinational companies excessively rich, while the bulk of the population gets little benefit, or actually gets poorer. The big wrong. The inequality from the benefits of the technology is just the little wrong. Now I have to talk about the really big wrong, and that is the threat to humanity itself. And there's no better way of talking about this than talking about food. Energy in abundance. There is absolutely no doubt we can use technology to produce all the energy food we need for now and way into the future. We just need sunlight and chemicals, and we can and do produce energy food in staggering quantities. There is nothing wrong with that. We could even say that it is good. Replacement foods need healthy soil. But to produce the replacement foods, we need soil, healthy soil, full of the range of minerals that the plants need to produce the complex phytonutrients essential for health. On that we are failing. But we do recognise the problem, and steps are being to address this. A failure, but not a disaster, at least as yet. Gut-brain food, the real disaster. But come around to our gut-brain food, we have a real disaster, as our current food system is killing off all those beneficial microbes that power our gut-brain. At the heart of this disaster is the way we manage technology for the benefit of the few rather than for the people, the community. We have a triple whammy. First, we have climate change. A couple of degrees temperature rise may not sound a big deal, particularly in a country which can go from below freezing to over 40 degrees centigrade in one day. Climate change and the extreme floods and droughts. The real danger is in the concentration of rainfall into periods of intense flooding and drought, which creates havoc to our food system. Degradation of our soils. Secondly, we have the degradation of our soils, so they are gradually becoming inert, lacking the life that is essential for healthy food production. Manipulating information. The third is the most dangerous. It is the way one of the greatest innovations of all time, the internet, has been turned into a machine for mass misinformation. They try to convince us that the deficiencies in our food system can be solved by some magic pill made from some recently discovered plant in the wilds of the Amazon jungle or the Himalayan mountains. They think we are like dumb donkeys, thinking they can lull us into a false sense of security, so we take no action. Human misery. Even if this triple whammy does not lead to the total extinction of the human species, it will lead to untold human misery, which will make the human misery we see on the news every night as foreplay. We are not dumb donkeys. We are thinking human beings, and it is time to say enough is enough, time for change. And where can we start? By taking control of the most important component of the food system, our gut brain, and growing it ourselves so we know for sure it is real. It is easy and costs less than the inert food we can buy from the supermarkets. It is time for us to start taking control of the most critical part of our food system. Just go to www.gbiota.com and learn all about it.